Rightio, so back on the Project Monty. So what I'm doing here, I've removed the original boot, and I've got, so there's the replacement boot which I've gone and done the rust proofing and the painting on. One concern I've got with this one is this lip here, I think, and possibly a little bit of a crack in the sealer there confirms my suspicions that this might be have a little bit of a bend in it, and it feels on the other side there, sort of feels like there's a bit of a bend there. So I just want to check. It's very, very minor, but I just want to put it on before I send it for paint and make sure that it lines up perfectly with the body of the car. So when it's on, it's going to be 100%. But the boot that's come off the car, like, no rust. Look at that. Nothing. It's fresh, clean metal. That's just, this car just does not fail to surprise me. Look at that. It's perfect. Perfectly clean. Absolutely brilliant. Sort of, when I see that, it sort of breaks my heart that I'm not using it. But to go and weld these holes up, once you start mucking around with welding up panels and things like this and repainting them, it's not so much a rust thing, but you can have issues where you're changing the structure or the molecular structure of the metal to weld it, and then you can have rust problems down the future. And having it covered with a spoiler, you're not going to necessarily notice it straight away either. It possibly come in through underneath there, like in between and through here. It could start rusting out. You're not going to see it for years. And I don't want that to happen to this one because this is a tidy boot. So I'll throw the original spoiler back on this one once the replacement one is all back together and on the car, and then I'll keep this as a spare. But just nothing, no rust, is just bloody amazing. So this car does not fail to surprise me in a nice way. Absolutely brilliant. The old blanket up there on the window just to save the window in case the boot came crashing down when I bolted it. But I mean, even in here, look in here, obviously there's nothing on the boot, there's going to be nothing here, but it's just completely rust free. Bloody fantastic for a 21-year-old car. And AUs are renowned for rusting out in certain spots, but this thing, bloody just, it's amazing. I'm absolutely shocked, stunned. And how good this thing is. So yeah, I'm loving it even more. Every time I work on it, something else pops up to surprise me and sort of renew my faith in what I'm doing with this thing, and it keeps me motivated to keep going. So it's not a piece of shit like most of the, unfortunately, and I don't like to tar them all with a brush, and that's not tarring all of them, but majority of these cars on the road are just got rust out of them everywhere unless they've been really, really looked after. So yeah, very impressed. So I'm heading in the right direction and I'm enjoying it, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is fit that boot lid onto this, bolt it up, and just check where the where that fin on the top of the boot lid marries up with this line here. If it's not perfect, well then I'll panel beat it down a bit, just enough so that it lines up, and then we're good to go. Well, she's off for paint now 2 weeks, so brilliant. I'll get the exhaust replaced next week. So she's got a blown out muffler, it's got extractors going on, and new cutback system going on it. Not chasing sound or loud or whatever. I'm not really even chasing performance. I just know I've got to replace the mufflers and the whole system back from the cat, so I figured I might as well just do the whole lot for not a lot of extra money. Might as well get it done. At least it's all fresh, it's all new. Yeah. Anyway, I shall keep going and get this boot lid on and get it bolted up, and then see where we're at with how she aligns, and do a little bit of panel beating, and then store her away till she goes in for paint. So she's come together. Cheers, guys. Alright, so the new boot lid for Monty. So there was a slight, and you can see the paint bubbling there was where it was cracked up a bit. So it was bent up a tiniest little bit. I've bent that back down now, so that's flush. Once that's bolted up, she'll be flush. And yeah, all good, like it's meant to be there. So get some paint on that, and the new spoiler straight on, beautiful. No mucking around, no drilling holes. Beautiful. So yeah, she fits. Obviously, it's a correct boot for the car, so it's going to fit. But just while she's on there, have a look over it. There's no other issues with it being out of shape or not fitting. Like, it's sitting on the seals properly. It's perfect. So yep, brilliant. Happy with that. So it'll go in for paint a couple of weeks time, and then I'll transfer all the hardware from this one. It's all the wiring loom, and I love this design. This is absolutely fantastic design. Well done to Ford Australia for this. So your loom obviously plugs in to the boot lid, and your wires run down for your boot release. Manual boot release there, but your electric boot release, all your wiring comes up through here. Also your number plate lights all through here, and all you've got to do to unplug it is take your parcel shelf off, undo that harness behind the parcel shelf, slip that through the boot, the whole thing comes out in one piece. So really easy, and I was somewhat stressing a little bit that I was going to have to muck around with rewiring or something to try to get the new boot hooked up to this one, but I thought I was going to have to cut wires and stuff, but no, it's just easy as boom, away you go, plug and play. So nice, so good to be able to do that. Yeah, ripper. So now that I know that new boot's going to fit and there's no issues with that, I'll pull that off now, put the old boot back on, bolt that back up, get that sitting on there nicely, and then yeah, away we go. Get some paint and panel done on this beauty, and we're away. Bloody ripper. Progress. That's exciting. So yeah, I'm excited. This is awesome. It's coming together very slowly, but she's coming together. And that's what it's all about. It's not a race to get her on the road how we want it. It's going to happen. So now, further to this, I've got the side skirts getting painted. The mirrors are getting painted. So new mirrors are going on to get painted. These ones are just scratched up too much to repair. So get those painted. And the motor mechanisms in them are a bit slow. So it's time for replacement. It's been hit a few times as well, so it's a bit cracked. But anyway, so that's getting done. The front bar will get all fixed up and repainted. And obviously side skirts will go on. I did order 2 months ago now. It was supposed to be 2 weeks to get them made up. The lower spoiler kit, so the XR8 spoiler kit for the rear bar and the front bar. Still haven't heard that they're ready after 2 months. It's supposed to be 2 weeks. So I'll chase that up. But looking at the car now, honestly, with the lines on it, this is how I like them. Just clean, fresh. I don't want it to be it's not going to be a street and strip build or anything like that. It's just a tidy cruiser at the moment. Plans change, as you know, so it could turn into a project one day, but for now it's just going to be a nice cruiser, nice clean cruiser. So when the body kit is ready to go, the side skirts will go on, because they're factory AU3 Ford, factory AU3 Falcon side skirts. So they look actually pretty good. And they tie in with the rest of the body lines for the front and the rear bars. So it actually suits it. So they're going on no matter what. And then, yeah, once the front and rear spoilers ever are ready or turn up, I'll probably just sell them off. I don't think I really want to put them on this car now. So it's a fluid project, I guess you could say. I changed my mind, like I changed my undies. But anyway, she's coming together. So very impressed with that. So I'll get this old boot lid back on, bolted up, hooked up, and then there, that's it for today at least. We're on the go. All right, cheers, guys.